Hey everybody, this is me, and I'm gonna show you the things I did in Java class this year, but mostly only my final project. Hopefully this works. So I'm gonna open up Eclipse nice and quick. Let's see. So I use Eclipse because it's free and stuff. I don't think Indigo is the most recent one, but it's the one I have. So gosh, your shit wasn't so slow. Next time I promise I'll have Eclipse open. Alright, let's see. What do we got? This new do not want. This is my project. I call it Pirates. I'll run it once to show you what's going on, and then we'll go. So let's see. Sure, it runs something. Yeah, there it is. Alright, so it starts up with the directions and the prompt for what you want your ship's name to be. So I'm going to name mine Thunder. It asks you a lot of points into health, speed, and firepower. So I'm going to go 7, 7, 6. If you type something wrong there, it'll ask you again. So here we go. Alright, now the UI is pretty simple. It's got an island here, and then your ship, an enemy ship, not all the time, but sometimes, and then cardinal directions, and a console here. So if you click on a ship, you'll attack it. It may hurt your health, or you can just kill it. Determined by what your stats are. So I'm gonna click it, and he hit me. It says he's not dead yet, so I'm gonna keep clicking him until he dies. Alright. He hit us a couple times. That's okay though. Let's see. If you click on yourself, you can see your inventory space and your stats. A spyglass does something special, but I won't click it yet. I want to show you what's going on. So you actually start in the southwest corner, so you can't go south or west first. I went north, so found another ship. Gonna fight him again. Kill them. So now we got two things in my inventory, which is good. Another Spanish. He keeps on hitting me. We won. Got an extra hull, which will give me some health. I found the spyglass and the key. So I'm gonna click the key. It says I have a key. It's gonna click the spyglass, and it's gonna tell me where the treasure chest is. But I don't know where I am in relation. The treasure chest has to be at an island. There's only one island with it. Here's the French. Let's fight them instead of the Spanish, because whatever. Another extra hull, which will help not die. Click on the French again. He did 3 damage to me. Got another spyglass. Don't need it. Click Spanish. Kill them. Get an extra hull. Don't die. Spanish. Come on. Now I got a map. So now it tells me where I currently am, where the chest is, and since I have a key, I can open it up and win the game. If you go north or south, it increments or decrements by 8, east and west. Increments and decrements by 1, because it's a 6 by 6 grid, 8 by 8 grid, excuse me. Oof. So currently at 16. Now I'm currently at the correct place where there is the chest, but I'm not going to click it yet because I want to show you something else. It's called the Typhoon. It's a random event. I'm just going to wobble around until it happens. Waddling. Let's see. So it says Typhoon, which means that the chest is moved and your current spot has been changed. Now I'm back at the new location of the correct chest, and I have the key, so I'm going to click on it. It's going to show that I won. There's a treasure chest, and this says again, so click it. It'll play it again. I'm going to hit it, and it'll restart it up. So that's all that goes on. It doesn't like it if you exit out of those, but that's okay. So I'm going to close out of that. And now I can show you the source file, the source code if you want. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Alright, so it starts out at Pirate's Game, because that's what I wanted to start out as. Yep. The main just makes a window. The window makes a whole bunch of things, including the real window, and a whole bunch of true-false statements. Since there's only ever one screen being drawn at once, you can only choose a set of this setup. So initially, draw setup is true, but main, combat, menu, dead, and win are all false. So I'm going to scroll down, see what's going on here. This is the console string. This is the game. There are quite a few many buttons that happen. And this is a boolean for the console. This is an integer to see how many console strings there are. So if we follow the code through here, it makes a new window that makes a button, 2 buttons, and the window itself right here. It sets up a window closing feature here and a window listener. So when we set the visible to true, it paints the method. So I go down to the paint. Let's see, the paint method is going to be down here. Paint method is really huge. Since the draw setup is true, it draws the instructions. That's all the only thing that's true, so that's the only thing that's going to happen. And then it makes a game. So once it makes the game, we go to the game. The game has a whole bunch of instance variables. The first game thing that happens is it receives actually the window, and it makes a board, which is a whole bunch of map pieces. It sets it into a single variable array. So I'll show you what map piece looks like. Map piece may or may not contain a ship, may have an enemy. It can have an island, and also there are is the typhoon, whether typhoon happens or not. A whole bunch of buttons happen in each map piece. Then it also receives the game. So the game is sent to it and runs a couple methods that give it the chance to have a ship or an island. And then the paint method is pretty simple, it just draws all the buttons. Alright, so the typhoon is just, that's a method we'll talk about later. So I'm going to go back to game. And then it makes a ship after it makes the board. So the ship, I'll go here. The user ship has got a whole bunch of booleans to say whether or not it's got the key, the map, or the spyglass, and how many items it has. Gives it an inventory. Let's see, so when you make the ship, it asks what's your ship name. So this is the dialog box that makes this stuff. It sets up the inventory here. So I'm going to go back to the game here. So after that happens, it's going to run the setup. Well, it's going to instantiate the map pieces, but it's going to run the setup, which let's see, what does this do? Oh, it sets up the chest. So that's what happens there. Once the game's done, I go back to the window, and the game is a thing, and then it sets up and runs the method that I call thingy, which is just setting up the user ship. So this is where it tries to ask the user for a whole bunch of things. If the user sucks, then it catches a whole bunch of stuff, but we don't like that. So then it asks again for all the stuff, as you saw. Then it goes down here, and setup is no longer true, and main awesome. So that cut me off, but it's fine. So here we go. It's gonna draw the setup. It's gonna be false, and the main is gonna be true. It's gonna paint again. Now that the main is true, then it's gonna draw all these things, including the making sure that everything else is false. And then it's gonna draw the main board that you saw. It's gonna draw the ship and all that stuff. It's also gonna display whether you have the spyglass or not. It's gonna try to draw an enemy. It's gonna try to draw the island, if there's one. If there isn't, that's fine. So then, when stuff gets clicked or stuff, then there's a whole bunch of clicked methods in the game itself, I think. Nope. Forget where those clicked button methods are. Oh, here they are, in the window themselves, actually. So then, the user starts clicking on stuff. So if they click on themselves, or, if they click on themselves, it's going to open up the menu, close the combat, close the main. And that's cool. If it clicks on the buttons for the cardinal directions, it'll move. If it can. If you click on the back button, it'll go back to the main screen. If you click on the restart, what is this? Restart the game. Yeah, that one's in the beginning, or when you die, kind of thing. So it restarts the entire program. It sets this stuff to null. So then there's the island. If you click on it, it checks that if you have the key in the map and all that stuff. Then if you click on an enemy, it's gonna fight. This is the fight sequence right here. It's not that hard. Also, if it's clicked inside the inventory, it opens up some inventory stuff. And that's basically what happens. For my enemies, I have a basic enemy, and then 3 enemies that are different: the French, the Spanish, and the Brits. I have 6 item classes: the key, map, the spyglass, the extra cannon, the extra hull, and the extra sail. And all those do their various things. I use a standard button class up here to help me do all the standard button things. It's not very difficult. And that's it, really. So, thank you for watching. It's been, I took Java 1, CC 2.11, and URI, and this is where I learned how to do this stuff. So, thanks again. Okay.